before we do practice racing simulations like race starts. We're going to do a bunch of those, and then we're going to do a short simulated race at the end. But while we're learning all these different practice techniques and we're getting more comfortable with each other door to door, just a reminder, we're not racing. We're not going full speed. We're looking to not have you guys crash. So we're gonna start slow. We're gonna start first gear, second gear, that kind of stuff, just to get comfortable driving around the track.
And actually, the first thing that we're gonna do on track is meant for everyone to find out where the edges of their car is. You know, where is your front bumper? Where are your doors at? You know, you're going to need to learn where those are at. You know, and like Matt mentioned, in a regular practice session, you're probably not able to get comfortable enough with somebody to actually get close enough to learn where your bumper is. But in this school, we want you to know how close can you get behind somebody before you hit their bumper? How close can you get next to their door before you hit their door? So our first time on track today is going to be going out and finding that. So you'll go out at a slow rate, but you'll get as close as you can to other cars. You'll make light contact with other cars, but then we want you to, as quickly as possible, learn what does that look like, you know, in your monitors or VR. So that's something that we want to do right off the bat. See, that will be very beneficial in our next slide.
Yep. So this is also for some people. We're talking about instating some minor license requirements in order to run the league. It's just D or C class racing license. It's not terribly hard to get if you're practiced on the sim, but if you don't want to do that, you can take this class, run with us, prove to us that you're okay even with a rookie license, and then you could race with us. So if you've been racing with us, if you're pretty experienced on official races like Miatas, the GT4s, BMW 12, that kind of stuff, you don't need to worry about the pass fail. But if you're not, if you just hold a rookie license, then we are doing a proper evaluation. And this is just a reminder, we're focusing here on getting everybody comfortable driving wheel to wheel. This isn't a class on best racing line around the track. It's not a class to get you into the 26s. It's just getting more comfortable in the sim and being wheel to wheel with other people. We're also going to encourage you to save the replay. If you want to go back and look at how you're driving, that kind of thing. That's in iRacing, you get to have video review whenever you want, and that can be a useful thing. And the last thing is, outside of today, best thing you can do is practice. Practice, practice, practice. We're going to get into things a little more detailed later on, but we really do encourage running an official series. In the BMW 12, if you want to specifically drive the M4 and sprint races, ideally you'll be able to take things that you learned today into situations like that and practice them in complete racing scenarios against other people. Or you can do AI races. That's another option for you. So before we get everybody out on track, we want to make sure that you guys are all seated correctly. If you can, ideally you want to be as close to a real life driving position as possible. That's kind of shown in the picture there. That's akin to a real life GT3 driving position. I know that can be a little tough. I speak personally there. I'm sitting at a desk. But there are certain things you can do to get everything as close as possible. For anybody who is kind of struggling to find apexes, if you haven't adjusted your field of view specifically to meet your setup, we can talk you through how to do that. Once we're all in the sim, there are some calculators that are available for it. By default, the iRacing field of view is very wide, and it's kind of like looking at fisheye lens. So if you get your field of view set correctly, it's a lot easier to race with people because you can judge distances better in the sim. So we could talk you through that if you have any questions there. Um, we're also hoping that your systems are properly calibrated. So that's your wheel, that's your pedals, that's all set up properly in the sim. And most importantly, are you happy with how things feel? You're not going to be comfortable driving in the sim if you're not in a decently comfortable seating position. So it all kind of stems from your performance in the sim kind of stems from your actual seated position in real life with all the gear in front of you. So if you have any questions on that, if you haven't done any of this kind of calibration or you don't know how to do it, we're here to help. We're here to get you guys adjusted and feeling good.
And we would like to go over that before we get in the car today. So if anybody does have questions on that, once we get off the Zoom into Discord, bring that up with your instructor. If your instructor is not familiar with it, Matt or myself should be able to help you through figuring most of that out.
Mm-hmm. So we're doing this at Road Atlanta. We picked this track for two reasons. The first is the real life BMW Club Racing School. They do operate out of Road Atlanta sometimes, and we've also picked it to be the first race of the season. So I know it's a purchase track, but if you want to run with us, first race of the season, our opening is here next month, so we can familiarize yourself with the track and with different ways to drive around the track. So we can do that today. Hopefully, you can carry it forward into the first race of the season next month. So we'd like at this point for people to, or for everyone to get into the sim, make sure you're well acclimated, drive around, just get generally warmed up. Kurt and I and all the other instructors will be in the sim with you guys, so we can show you some ways to warm up, make sure you're well seated, you're comfortable, and if anybody has any questions about calibration or field of view setup, we can work that with you in the sim or even before we get it.
Kogan, are we going to keep this Zoom call open and then we're coming back to this Zoom call once we're done on the sim?
Hey, Matt, what's the password for the session?
I just put it in the chat.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, we hear you. Discord conflict. Can anyone hear me in Discord?
Yeah,
Yep.
I got you.
And just so you guys know, if you're unaware, Discord is where we're going to have things like the drivers meeting during race days. It's where most of our communication will be before races. So that's one of the reasons why we want to get you guys jumped in here. Again, just so you can familiarize yourself with moving around Discord and getting yourselves all set.
Hey, do we have instructor assignments yet, just so the instructors can kind of pay attention to their students in particular?
That's a question for Kogan.
Say again.
So let's get that set right now. Now that we know who's here.
So I'm still trying to find the session. I don't see hosted anywhere.
Are you using the UI or the website?
Don't know. It's whatever comes up when I start the iRacing.
Should say race now, and then under
Race now?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then hosted.
There it is. Go racing. Got it.
Yeah, if you then just search for BMW, it should pull up the session.
Is anybody not familiar with Road Atlanta and needs some help with that?
I am not.
Okay, I'll be happy to help you around. Just line up behind me, and we'll go out and do a couple of laps around and show you the line.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I do. Yeah, we can work around it. So it's me, Kurt, Braun, and Dave, right? Yeah, so Kurt and I figured we'd keep the warm up just to kind of get an idea of everybody's skill at this point. So just having people run around the track, the people we don't know, yeah. Okay, so we have 4 instructors for 9 people, which means everybody gets 2. Yeah, I had Jim in there. I have 10 right now. Did I miss somebody? Yes, I did. I did miss somebody. I missed Schumacher. Okay, so I have 11, so everybody gets 3 except for one person who gets 2. Um, nope. So okay. Sorry, you said Rhines, Pietro. Okay.
The leader has just done a 129.86.
Okay. So I have assignments. Yeah, because if Hill comes, then yeah, that means we only have one instructor with 3 people at that point. Okay.
The leader has just done a 128.25.
So when he comes, I can move 2 people. Okay. Sure.
Pit lane speed limit is 45 miles per hour. There's a car approaching. Don't cross the white line. Watch your mirrors. Left side. We're clear on the left side. Yellow flag. Watch out. Left side. Clear on the left side. clear on the right. Sector 1 is 2.4 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.9 off the pace. E5. Sector 2 is 4.1 seconds off the pace. You're now 3.9 seconds off the leader's pace. Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace. Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Are you in the pits? Is it Canyon?
The leader's just done 128.14.
Okay, yeah, should I pull in?
6
I'll pull in.
off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.9.
Skipper Rhines and Steve Liatis, if you can meet me in group 3, please.
Hey, Jim and Chan, Canyon, sorry. Yeah, do you want to meet me in group 4?
Alrighty.
Can we just drag people? We don't have that authority.
You can drag people if you want.
Alright.
Okay, Chris. Wait your check. Alright.
That puts you 4.2 seconds off the pace.
Okay, and then yep. Pietro, Schumacher, and Eastman. Meet me in group 2. Oh, they're all there already. So fancy.
Mind these track limits, please, Matthew.
So one should be empty.
Looks like you're at the front. Yeah, I'm not able to drag.
All right, I'm
those
following
guys.
out
I know
behind.
he's one of mine. who's
All
on
right,
PR.
so Flanagan, Kogan, and Pull to Group 5.
Does that mean going Discord to Group 5?
Yep.
Hey guys.
No, I just started
Hey, it's
driving it
Adam.
the other day, earlier
Adam
this
Group
week.
5.
So actually, I haven't used iRacing until this week.
Hey, Canyon Chan, can you mute your mic and Zoom, please?
Okay, perfect.
So I'm back in pit lane.
And try to run. We can try to run up with some other cars. Looks like we get some people coming down pit lane now if you want to head out.
So am I in Group 5 now, Steve Flanagan? Okay. And I'm in pit lane.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, feel free to just join up with whoever.
So is Group 5 in pit lane? Should be out in the track.
Yeah, we all want to be out on track right now.
Okay.
Just kind of getting close to the other cars.
Alright.
So, you know, depending, I guess everybody group
Takes
5.
it's
I mean,
clear.
I think, Kogan, you run here.
Are you going down to
Everybody
like
else fairly
second,
close to
I
this
assume,
track.
for the left, right?
Flanagan's first time.
Is that about, or third? Third, maybe?
Yeah, then don't worry about, you know, pegging the speed right now.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's more of a bump, I see.
So are we just out in the track and just driving around? Is that what we're doing?
Yep, yeah, I think this first session just to get kind of comfortable, and if you can, hook up with some other cars. Want to try to find a mid car.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Somebody, there's a group behind me. I'll wait for them.
Oops. Too much curving. Not too bad.
Yeah, I see you flying through the air.
Yeah, Steve, if you can follow that group, you should be in pretty good shape. I think that's an instructor there at the very front, so should we give you the line.
I've been black flagged. Success.
Does it tell you why?
No, I have no idea.
Hey Matt, how's your connection? Yeah, I see you jumping off the track all the way around.
Sector 2 is
Yeah.
0.8 off the pace.
Yeah, whoever was
Yeah, you're right on the edge. If you don't actually disappear, you just jump in the air.
whoever was black flag from the group, you probably want to head to the pit lane just so that just getting disqualified from the session.
P6. Sector 3
Why was
is
it black flag?
0.5 off the pace.
Not sure. Sorry, is that Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You can, if you want to pull over and just reset the car, it'll pull you right over to the
Yeah,
pit lane.
yeah. I'll just do that.
You probably didn't exit the pits properly.
Ah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's easy to do in the pit lanes.
Yeah.
Sector 1 is 1.7 off the pace.
Yeah, there's a blue cone at the top of the hill, and you don't want to go over the line until the.
I followed you right off.
Adam, I think you're still alive in the Super Bowl here, just FYI.
Okay, yeah.
The guy in front has just done a 131.23.
Okay. Alrighty.
Sector 2 is 2.2 off the pace.
Alright, so pass me on the left. I'm gonna try to follow somebody.
Is that any better or still echoey?
Very good.
Oh, okay, all right. I was just sort of just taking on this just to.
Try to get up real close. There you go.
Ah.
Sector 1 is 2.4 seconds off the pace. Wait.
So, Steve, since I'm on board with you now and you haven't been to the track before, I can just talk you through a quick lap as you go.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Perfect. Yep, so you're heading down the back straight now. First corner you're going to get to in the chicane is 10A. Those are kind of pointed out there. We're going to show them live with you. So we're braking at about
Sector 2 is 3.1 off the pace.
Starting at 10A, you have this corner. Now we're going to turn over to 10B. Straight line to the exit. See the three colors at the top of the screen? The yellow,
right.
red,
Oh, yeah,
and white.
you're
Oh
front.
shit. Oops. Yep. Ah, yep.
That's alright.
There we go.
Steve,
Over.
I'm just ahead of you, Steve, so you can follow me too.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm in the pit lane.
I'll wait at the top.
Thank you.
Yeah, the great thing about the sim is you can bet some sheep.
Exactly. Glad it's not my car.
That's Christopher Ryan's in front of
So
you.
just go out.
Yeah, I'm still out on track, but I'm at the end of the pits.
You guys all running your
Sector 1 is 2.5 seconds off the pace.
I am.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oops. Oops. Sorry.
So I have a question. Like every time I get a new car, does that mean I have to warm my tires up?
Well, I found out where the edges of the cars are.
Sector 2 is 2.3 off the pace.
This is turn 5 here. Just coming out of the S's. Now you're coming up to turn 6. You use the white lines across the track as braking markers, which is always helpful. Coming up to turn 7, so is more on the track. This will open up the back straight, so this will be a full throttle run down to 10A. Now when you get through 10A and 10B, as you're coming back up the hill, I want you to look up at the top. You'll see where the bridge goes over the track. There are 3 color codes, yellow, red,
Too
and
much
white.
curb.
Pick one and aim the car to go under that color. That's kind of what will help you keep place the car as you come over the crest of the hill.
Yellow flag, caution.
As you can see right under where it says Suzuki, there's just 3 color boards. Aim for the white.
Sector 1 at
Do
4.9
that every
seconds.
time. Then
No,
Off the pace.
I just tried to like.
And aim for the
I'm
what?
unfortunately in the way of everybody else
White.
trying to get
Yep,
back
the one
on
the
track.
right.
Turn around.
This is turn 1. You have to be 4th gear. I personally pull the car over to the right now and set up. I'm braking at the curb here, down to 3rd, and then you cut that apex just a wee bit. Now, be diving down into the S's. You can cut the track on the right side just a little bit on the way in here. And you come up to turn 5, cut the curb on the left. It will upset the car a little bit. And then you want to run over the curb just like Adam's doing. Yep. And that'll bring you back to 6. So that's kind of the full lap. Obviously, you're learning.
I'm not
it,
sure.
so you
I'm
get a
having
little bit quicker when you're talking
tough
to
time
Mike.
getting back on
Just
track
a bit.
right now. So. Yeah. All right. Straight now. Okay, I'm in the pits. Where are you guys at? Okay.
Oh yeah, Matt, your connection's really struggling. I can't even stay on board with you. Gotcha.
Watch your speed.
All right, I think I'm behind you guys now. Alrighty. Yeah, took a little bit of dirt there.
Just giving everyone a moment to get back in.
Hey, Matt, not sure if you heard, but I think Christopher Hill just arrived in the session. I think he was calling out on the in-track radio.
Oh, no, I missed that. Oh, look at that. He did connect. Matt Kogan, are you back here? Chris Hill is in the sim. Does he have the info for? Okay. So if everybody's back in the Zoom meeting, Kurt, let's start thumbing through so we can talk about our first exercise today. So we're going to go over some of the basics of iRacing, first of all. But first, for everybody who has run races with us over the last few months, the first half of this paragraph should be very familiar. So first of all, the point of the BMW CCA iRacing series is to be safe, fun, and competitive, and we're hoping that's some of the skills we're going to practice today. But a quick note about iRacing flags, in case anybody's unfamiliar. We have green flags, which signal start of the session. Blue flags, which warn about faster competitors behind. White flags, which in iRacing are exclusively for the start of the final lap. Yellow flags, I'm sure a few of you saw them before. We don't do full course cautions or pace car laps in the middle of a session in this series. So anytime you see a yellow flag, it's going to be a local caution. It's going to be a local yellow or a corner yellow. In iRacing, that could mean, it basically just means the car is spun. It could be spun on the track, off the track. So if you see a yellow flag here, pay more attention, maybe lift a little bit. Black flags, you'll see those if you get a penalty in the sim. You hopefully should not be seeing any of them today. There's also a rolled up black flag that can display in the sim. Mostly what you're going to see it for here is if you accidentally have an off course and cut a corner, or if you speed in the pits. Those are going to be the two main things you're going to see them for here if you see them. There's a meatball flag, which is the sim shows you if your car is very broken. DQ flag, which I hope nobody will ever see. Then there's a checker flag, which is obviously end of the race. So this slide is basically just talking about some of the mistakes you can make in the sim while we're getting up to pace. I'm sure we saw a few of these during the warm-up session, which is absolutely okay. In iRacing, if you crash in a practice session, you're not going home that weekend. So we encourage everybody to, if you crashed, use it as a learning opportunity. So figure out exactly why you crashed, what you did wrong. Some of the things that lead to crashes are mental lapses, so just losing your focus, turning into a corner too early or too late, excessive entry speed in the M4, that's very easy to do. Mismatching downshifts, so that's either shifting too early or too late. Dipping wheels off track. In iRacing, that's a huge one. You tip a wheel off track when you're on the brakes or on the gas, and it's very likely going to immediately send you into a wall. So that's one of the reasons we want everybody to become very familiar with where the edges of your car are, because it's not just about making contact with other drivers, it's about keeping your car on track. You can also mirror drive, which is not looking ahead of you, it's looking behind you. We'll get into more detail about that kind of stuff later. If you dip two wheels off in iRacing, it does not matter how dry it looks outside. The grass in iRacing is essentially modeled as wet grass. So if anybody's had an off on a rainy day, you'll know what that feels like. You have zero grip, zero ability to turn, zero ability to stop. So the first thing you need to do if you put wheels in the grass is to take both of your feet off the pedals. Any throttle input, any brake input will send you spinning in iRacing. So if you have grass ahead and an ability to recover the car, give very smooth, very small steering inputs, get the car straight, and then very smooth, light braking to slow the car down. There are a number of places around this track in particular where it's very easy to dip a wheel into the grass, and it will send you back to the pits. If you do have a spin in and off, we want everybody to be watching their relative black box. It's very easy in iRacing to not be able to see down the track, especially if you spin and you're pointing in the wrong way. But everybody has race timing in their cockpit. That's what the relative black box is. It shows how close you are to other competitors. It lists that in seconds. So if you spin, do not immediately try to get back on track. Look at your relatives, make sure it's clear. Yeah.
I can try. Oh, here we go.
Also, Kurt, do you know which F key brings up the relative? I cycle through them. I don't use a keyboard
I
on
cycle through them.
it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know.
Well, you can press them and find out, Adam.
It's 3.
Well, let me get in the car real quick. Yeah, it's F3. So F3 brings up the relative black box. So again, if you have an off, just take a moment, look at the relative, make sure there's a couple seconds between you and the car behind, so you can get back out on track and not crash into anybody. But again, just for Jim who came back in, if you tip a wheel in iRacing, treat it like your car's on wet grass or even on ice. So feet off the pedals, get the car under control with very slow and deliberate hand movements. It's very easy to spin a car on the grass. But if you do have a crash, especially later on in the session, don't worry about it. Just press and hold your escape key. But if you're still moving after you crash, let's say you just blown the car up, at this point, don't bother trying to do a full lap to get it back in. Just pull off the racing line, slow down in a way that doesn't impede other drivers, and then press and hold the escape key, sync back up with your group. You can look at the relative box, especially for the first few sessions. We're going to be deliberately driving below race pace. So wait in the pits for your group to come back around, head back out and join them. So we're going to get to our first exercise. This one is 3 cars wide. So I think, Kurt, you started doing this with your group at the end of the last session. This one, we're not focusing on speed. We're not focusing on pace. This is an exercise about getting comfortable being door to door with people and finding out exactly where the edges of your car are. So to that end, we're going to have an inside car, a middle car, and an outside car. We're going to do a lap in those positions, 3 cars wide. So that includes through corners, that's down the straight. On the start-finish straight, we're going to move on the start-finish straight, the inside car, so that's the car closest to the pit wall, will drop back, move to the outside, and slot back in. So the middle car will become the inside car, and the outside car will become the middle car. Then we're going to do another full lap. So we're going to do that a few times. And once we have...
Pop a video up.
Oh, yeah. Do that while I'm talking. So this is an example of the way they do it in Club Racing School. It's kind of fortunate we are not at this narrow of a track, but this is the idea. So keeping it side by side. Your pace, just keep in mind, doesn't particularly matter. Keep it in second gear. It's just
probably third gear.
Or third gear. It's just whatever speed everybody's comfortable with. So this should be an example of the shuffle. So the inside car drops back. They move to the outside. Other 2 cars move inside.
No idea.
Not a clue.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yep. So this is just kind of reiterating what we talked about. In the description, we're basically doing this to get everybody comfortable with where the edges of the car are in the sim. It's different than it is in real life. You're going to be using different cues. If you have a headset on, you might be using sound cues or visual cues. It all depends on your particular setup. I know they're different for different people, but if I can get everybody into their cars. But before that, we're going to have a very slight reshuffling since Chris Hill is here and he can help us out. I'm going to give Kogan and Eastman, you'll be with Chris Hill in channel 6 in the Discord. Yep. And if everybody can go out on track in group order, so that would be group 2 first, then 3, 4, etc. That to keep things a
2
little
is
more
first?
comfortable. Yep, 2 is
Okay.
first because 1 is kind of the general chat.
Oh, okay.
So that would be Pietro and Schumacher with me. We're going out first. And just a reminder, when we're in the sim, if everybody can make sure their mics are muted in the Zoom call. Because we had a little bit of crosstalk last time. So, yeah. We'll do a few laps like that, and then we'll come back and talk about something else.
I'm check group 6.
Check. You guys got me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Cool.
Happy that. No problem. I don't know where you guys are. I guess just put up my relative and see if I can find you guys that way.
I'm in the pits right now. So this is Peter, and then there's Chris Hill, and who else is in here? Hey.
Yeah, I'm still in the pits. I don't see anybody behind me on the mirrors, so yeah. Happy that.
Chris, just let us know when you're pulling out, and we'll pull up behind you.
Copy. I think there's one more group maybe ahead of us here. I think it's just the 3 of us, right? So we'll just 3 group. It seems right.
Yeah, it's just you and us. Yeah, us 2. Yeah.
I just realized I have my crew chief on. Let me show. Yeah, I'm just rolling up next to, I think next to you here.
I'm behind you, Chris.
All right, I guess we could probably start rolling. Looks like there's no group right behind.
Exit's clear. Disengage limiter.
start on the left side just to make it easy.
On the left. Clear on the left. Left side. Hold that line. Still there. Still there. Clear on the left side. On your left. Hold your line. Clear on the left.
I think that's just your connection, huh?
Left side. Hold your line. Left side is clear. You got a car on the left side. Still there. 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 Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line.
Yeah, I just shut it off just so for me, just so I wouldn't have
Hold your line.
that plus you guys talking at the same time, you know?
Hold your line. You still there?
Yeah, if I might need to turn it up.
Still there. Still there.
Still there. Still there. On your left. Still there.
line.
Still there.
Clear on the left. He's on your left. Still there. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
I look at my mirror and I just see a jumping
there.
car. It's hilarious.
Still there. Hold your line.
All right, I guess we'll do this switch here. So I think it's Matthew on the inside. Yep. And I'll move to the middle.
6. Watch your right. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold that line. He's still there. He's still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear right. Sector 1 time was good. Right side. Hold your line. Still there. Clear on the right. Right side. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Clear on the right. Watch your right side. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear on the right side. On your right. Clear on the right. On the right. We're clear on the right. Right side. Right side's clear. Watch the right side. Clear on the
Just
right.
make it 6 wide to pass all these guys.
Right side.
Uh-huh.
Right side is clear. It's just done. And a car on your right. Still there. Still there. Right side's clear. Watch your right. Hold
We'll
your
do
line.
another switch.
Hold that line. Still there. You got 3 cars, you're in the middle. Still there. Still there. Still there. Line. Clear on the left side. Car right. 3 wide, you're in the middle. Still there. You're still there. Still there. Your left is clear. Car on your right. clear right and left.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll just
Yeah,
Right.
you got that.
Cars
Stop.
wide, you're in the middle. Your left side is clear. Watch your right. Still there. All around is clear. 3 cars here, you're in the middle. Clear left.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anybody on the relative
Right side's
behind
clear.
us, so we'll give it a second.
Left side. Still there. 3 wide, you're in the
That's
middle.
probably fine.
Hold your line. Clear on the right. You're in the middle. 3 cars. The left side is clear. Got a car on your right. Still there. Clear on your right and left. You got 3 cars. You're in the middle one. Your left's clear. You're in the middle and 3 cars wide. Clear on the left side. Clear all around. You got a car on your left side. 3 wide. You're in the middle. Clear all around. You got a car on your right side. Right side. Still there. Hold your line. You got 3 cars. You're in the middle. Right side's clear. You got 3 cars wide. You've got cars left and right. Hold your line. 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 Clear left. On the right side. You're in the middle. Still there. Still there. There. Clear on the right. 3 wide. Cars left and right. Clear left. On the right. Clear right. Clear left. The leader has just done it. On the right. Still there. Clear on the right side. Right side. Still there.
Sorry, guys, I haven't felt like
Your right side's clear. On the right side.
It's all good.
You got cars left and right. You're in the middle. Still there. Hold that line. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line. Right side is clear. Watch out, on your left. Hold your line. Clear left and right. Left side. Clear left. On the right. 3 cars wide, left and right. Your right side's clear.
We're doing more than 3 laps?
You're the middle one, 3 wide. Right side is clear.
All right, we'll switch.
You're clear. Car left. Car left. Your left is clear. Left side. Clear left. You got a car on your left.
I couldn't hear that.
Still there. You're clear on your left. Hold that line. Still there. Clear on the left. On the left. Still there. Still there. Clear on the left. Got a car on your left. Still there. Line. Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Your left's clear. On your left. Side. You got a car on your left. Left. On the left. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Clear on the left side. Car on the left. Still there. Still there. Left side is clear. Left side. Hold your line. Clear on the left.
Did I squeeze you there too much, man, or was
Hold your line.
just not enough room?
Still there. Hold your
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
Your left is clear. Left side. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Hold that line. We're clear on the left side.
Yeah, at least on my screen, the car is like a pogo stick. It just keeps jumping up into the air every 2 seconds, but
Still there. He's still there. There. Clear left. On the left. Hold your line.
it's still working out. It's just, yeah.
Still there. Hold your line.
All right, I guess we'll switch.
You are clear on the left side.
Looks like we got another group that caught us too.
0.78. Fastest lap for right side.
No, he's pretty slow.
Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Still there.
Should just throw the green flag, be like a
Still
World of
there.
Outlaws start, right?
Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Watch the right side. There. Hold that line. Still there. Hold your line. We are clear on the right. Right side. We are clear on the right. Got a car on your right. Clear on the right. He's on your right. Hold your line. There. You're clear on the right. On the right. Right side is clear. There's a car on your right. Hold your line. We are clear on the right. On the right. Still there. He's still there. He's still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. He's still there. Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. You're clear right. Watch your right. Still there. Still there. Clear on the right. Car on your right. Still there. Right side's clear. You got a car on your right side. Right side's clear. Right side. Still there. Clear on the right. Watch your right. Still there. Clear on the right.
All right, I guess we'll switch again. Yep, switch again.
Hold your line.
Wrong direction on my switch.
You're still there. You're in the middle, 3 wide.
When I say switch, I meant my switch on my steering wheel.
Hold your line. Hold your line.
Yeah, I've got to toggle up for iRacing chat and toggle down for Discord chat, you know?
He's on the left, 3 wide, cars left and right. Left side is clear. You got 3 cars, you're in the middle. Your right side's clear. You got 3 cars, you're in the middle. Clear left and right. That's your fastest lap today. You're currently 3 wide. Hold your line. Hold that line. Clear on the left. Watch your right. You're in the middle. Hold your line. Clear on the right side. Clear left and right. 6th place. Right side. You got cars left and right. You're in the middle. Clear left. On your right. He's still there.
You
3
flew
cars here.
over
You're in
my
the middle.
car. You landed right.
Still there. Still there. Clear on the right.
Definitely adds another element to this.
Still there. Clear on the right side. You got a car on the left side. Still there.
For sure.
3 cars. You're in the middle.
Yeah, races where you got the guy jumping around in front of you or behind you, you know.
Right side's clear. 3 cars wide, left and right. Still there. Your right side's clear. He's on your left. Still there. Still there. Still. Hold your line. Hold that line. Clear all around.
Our lap time was 2:38.35.
That was not on
Current
purpose.
front lap time is 2:33.27.
Are you dead?
Yellow flag.
Yeah, your comms are breaking up too.
2:28.00.
Should we let these 3 guys, Chris?
Sure, we'll just stay on the right if they want.
Pit exit's clear. Disengage limiter.
We are coming up on pit.
Copy that.
There's 3 more going by.
Copy that.
Come on out, Matt.
All right, I think. Yeah, I think we're switching sides here once we do get back together. Oh, I saw him. I saw you. You're launching into space ahead of us. Hey, you're ahead of one more group.
Left side. 3 cars wide. You're in the middle. Clear all around.
Yeah, we're behind this one. Yeah, copy that. Yeah, we're just coming up on you here. I'm moving to the left.
Am I in the middle now?
I think so. No, actually, you're on the right.
Still there.
I think. Oh no, you're in the middle. That's right.
Still there. Clear on the left. Watch out. On your left. Still there.
I'm trying not to
Hold
spin
your
you
line.
this time. That was. I mean, I saw you blinking
Hold
there,
your line.
but I was trying to find the edge, and then you just spun.
Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line.
Yeah, I know, because you probably
Hold
see
your
us
line.
okay.
He's still there. Still there. He's still there. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. You're clear on the left side. Watch your left. Still there. Still there. Still. Still there. Hold your line. He's still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. He's still there. Still there. Hold your line.
All right, guys, we're going to go back to the classroom,
Still
so
there.
everybody into the pits.
Still there.
All right, we'll go to
Your
the
left
pits,
side
guys.
is clear.
Yep, just finish out the lap you're on.
Speed limit.
All right. So I hope everyone's a little more comfortable with where their cars are. I saw a few dented fenders, which is definitely an okay thing. It's okay in the sim. There are no repair bills. So So yeah, I saw a few of the groups were turning reasonably quick lap times, which is definitely good.
Yeah, I think everybody that did that and has done it in real life understands that real life is way easier.
Yeah, that's kind of the main takeaway here. It's getting comfortable with kind of the lack of sensation and the lack of visual and audio cues that you're going to have in the sim. Again, we're hoping everybody's getting a little more comfortable driving side by side. We're going to be kind of leaning on that more as we go through further exercises. So moving on to unit 2, which is we're going to talk about passing. So in this exercise, we're going to continue being in groups of 3. We're going to be lined up nose to tail. And what we're going to be working on is the rear car. That's the green one on this diagram. They're going to be passing the blue car and the red car under braking. So what we're going to be looking for is the rear car to pop out, pass closely, not make contact, and pass both cars cleanly. That's the main thing we're going to be looking for. So we're going to go through what that looks like over the next couple slides.
Hint, hint. Yeah, it's not looking.
Oh, that's a whole diagram. Yeah. So the green car is going to pop out in the braking zone. They're going to pass both cars. And the 2 cars that were passed are going to slot in behind. The green car, or the trailing car in this situation, should complete the pass before the entry into the corner. So this simulates a pass under in a braking zone under race conditions, or where they need to be fully looking in their mirrors in order to see you. In sim racing world, that's usually called a dive bomb, where you come back from several car lengths and just kind of expect the car in front of you to not crash into you. No. That's something that we actively discourage. So
Turn 1, Road Atlanta.
Yeah. Kurt's talking from experience because I did that to him and I crashed into him and he was rightfully angry. So don't be me in that situation. It's very embarrassing. It happened on lap 2. We'll talk about it more later because there are some other contributing factors to that that are important. So again, just if you're overtaking, be cognizant of what the car you're looking to overtake can see. Because the easiest way to crash is to pass in a way that makes it so that the car ahead cannot see you when you decide to pass.
Did you get to all these? I'm sorry.
That's okay. So there are also, with all that being said, the bulk of the responsibility in a pass is on the over so safely. But there's also some responsibility on the car being overtaken. That is to say, the car that is being overtaken should understand that the car behind can initiate a pass wherever they want. There are definitely good places to do it and bad places to do it, but even in a bad portion of the track, if you leave a door open, the car behind is liable to take it. But once both cars are alongside, the responsibility falls onto both drivers to give each other space and not drive in a way that would cause an incident. So this is just a note to be consistent, predictable, and communicate with your car. That is to say, communicate with track position. That's something more later. But we're just going to go back on track right now, and we're going to go over the exercise again. So that would be in braking zones that we're going to call out in a minute here. The trailing car initiates an overtake in the braking zone on the 2 leading cars. The 2 leading cars slot in behind. All of this takes place before the apex. You'll practice it, and that's what we're going to do. So just maintain situational awareness, especially if you're the lead car in the pack at the start of the maneuver. Don't turn in on the guy that's overtaking. Again, it's partly your responsibility too. When we're out on track, we're going to be doing this exercise in places that generally are safe for overtaking in racing situations. So if you look at the diagram, the corner numbers are listed. So we're going to be practicing this maneuver in turn 1. That's after start finish, turn 6, and turn 10. So generally the safest places to overtake is in braking zones after you get a good run out of the previous corner or the previous section. So that's how we're going to start practicing this. So again, everybody back in their cars, on their groups. We're going to be going a little faster this time. Group leaders, you're going to call out when to pass, remind everybody of the corners that we're passing in. So again, that's turn 1, turn 6, and turn 10. All right, again, just a reminder, everybody mute yourselves in Zoom if you haven't already. It's going to go out first.
Okay, so I think one thing that'll be good, because I was noticing there's 3 passing zones and there's 3 of us, is that we probably do either skip a passing zone every other lap or every lap or something like that, so we get some practice in different zones, because otherwise you're going to practice.
Sounds good.
And I think we can run at a reasonable pace. We'll just the first 2 cars will break a bit early, because otherwise it's never going to work out. And yeah, we'll just go from there.
Kurt, if your group wants to go by.
I'm gonna roll down to the end of pit lane, but we'll wait until they all kind of roll out a little.
Go ahead, guys.
All right, I think we could start looking at rolling out here.
Exit's clear. Stay behind the white line. Limiter's still on. Disengage it.
So I'll just keep it relatively easy through most of the sections up until our air, and then just so that we practice braking hard, we'll get out of the final corner at a reasonable speed, unless we're stuck on another group or something like that. Yeah, cones everywhere. Oh.
That was my. Jeez.
I'll pull over here to the left.
I'm sorry, man.
Flag. Watch out.
Yeah, we're just waiting to corner later off on this left side, so.
Yeah, you got us good when we were passing your group. We had a good scare. Your car just kind of appeared in the middle of the track. Yeah, it gets better or worse depending on speed and how close you are to other cars, unfortunately. So once Kurt gets back here, we can start moving through the presentation again. Poor guy's he had Zoom set up on a different computer than he has a sim. So he's moving between rooms. But yeah, so that exercise kind of kind of gives you the fundamentals of passing under braking. In the next exercise, we're going to be talking about passing on the other end of a corner. But first, we're going to have some general notes on the racing line. So there is there's a defined racing line on the track, which is generally considered to be the fastest way around the course, whatever car you're driving. But when you're around other cars, the racing line essentially becomes whatever line you're on. So one of the reasons that we're talking about passing in different situations is because that changes your personal racing line through a corner. It changes your braking reference. It changes your turn-in point. You just drive a corner differently when you're off the standard or the ideal racing line. So when you're in that situation, it's important to know what's going on around you, which is, again, one of the things we're working on. And then on the next slide, we're going to talk about the kind of the basic 3 types of passes. There's the braking zone pass. That's the one we just worked out on the track. There's the superior exit pass, which is essentially carrying more speed onto a straightaway, so you have a better exit on the previous corner. Then there's draft bypass, which is when you're going very quickly behind another car that's going very quickly. You'll see that one a lot in NASCAR. But the most common pass is the braking zone pass, which is the one we just worked on. So I hope everybody knows what that looks like. I think we can skip that video, Kurt. But also just a general note on defensive moves versus blocking. You're going to be hearing both of those terms when you're driving with us. When we're working on like what we did in the previous session, where a car is going down on the inside and we're practicing that kind of move, you don't have to allow that to happen if you're in a racing situation. So if there's a car behind and you're afraid that you're going to be on the receiving end of a pass in the braking zone, you can move your car over to the inside line to kind of cover that off. That's would be considered a defensive move. Generally, we're looking for only a single move per corner. If you try to do more than that, we consider that blocking. So if you move inside and then back outside to cover off kind of both angles, that's considered a block. A block is also if you're driving in reaction to a car behind. So let's say during the previous situation, the car in the back pops out, but the car in the front sees that and decides to move over and cover off the line. That's considered a block by us. In our series, we're looking for, in our series, we're going to be having who will be the ultimate decider of what is considered a defensive move versus a block. Details are on the next slide for that one, Kurt. So for us, we have race control and live stewards in our series. So their main job is enforcing rules that lead to the overall safety and the conduct of the event, mutual respect we're looking for. We're ultimately looking to avoid incidents in the first place, but if they happen, kind of take responsibility for your actions, both as person initiating a pass or the person defending it. So we're going to go back out on track in a minute, and we're going to be looking at a different kind of overtake. And this is before we were looking at an overtake in the braking zone where everybody makes the apex. And now this one, we're going to be looking at overtakes through the entire corner. So we're going to be 3 wide going into the braking zones. And we're going to be looking for the inside car to take the position with the middle car and the car on the outside shuffling back. So you can kind of see that going through. Here, this kind of
a great turn 6. You know, this is a great example of turn 6.
Yep. This also simulates a pass that we actually saw when we ran at Road Atlanta a couple months ago. We saw a 3-wide pass like this. Dave was actually part of that. So was Adam. They're both in here. That took place in turn 1. That was a great show of passing throughout a corner. So we're looking to get everybody okay with the idea that you will enter corners side by side with somebody else. Sometimes the pass doesn't get fully stuck before the corner. Sometimes it's to the corner. You will be side by side with people in racing situations. So for this, generally it's the inside car, if you all enter side by side, that's going to have the advantage, simply because they can get the car straightened out and power out before the other two. So that's kind of what we're simulating through here. So Kurt, go down to the outcome slide. So we're looking to have everybody be as close as possible during the situation. Again, we want everybody to be able to run door to door as much as possible. So get comfortable being close with each other, learn how other people drive, make sure you enter your corners side by side by side, 3 wide.